It's you have to say the safe word.
Okay. Here's the thing that I've been thinking of. I really don't want this to be like a Rami Malek exclusionary podcast because that's just not like my personal values and that's
Maybe
just
we
not
can
what I stand
change the
for.
safe word up for that
That
day.
I'm thinking maybe we have a segment called Guess the Safe Word every episode.
Right.
Or the audience can choose the safe word.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Right. I don't
Yeah,
know
that
I don't know how we conduct that though.
well, we would have to privately pick a safe word,
Right.
which
Or
we
else
didn't.
we're just
So,
out there without a safe word.
all right, well, is it Rami Malek for this episode?
It can't be. We can't pick on this guy. He's had such a rough career. We're just punching down.
Hmm.
Hayden Panettiere.
Right.
All right, for
It
this
could be like
episode.
Roman Polanski or something.
Yeah,
Some
okay.
a bad guy.
Um, I'm down for Roman. How about like Henry VIII?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, my desk is like covered in dirt right now. I'm just realizing because I have a plant that like I need to, it's like behind my monitor and it's so hard to reach behind it and pull it out to water it every week. And I need to like water in the shower because it leaks so much. And
Right.
and every week it just like spews dirt everywhere. And I guess this time I just was like, oh, whatever, I'll just leave dirt on my desk.
No wonder you had mic problems. You don't know
I
where to put your
know.
mic.
I'm just
It's just
absolute.
filled
I
with
know
dirt
because there's just like dirt
on your desk.
everywhere. I'm just like,
Oh my
what can I
God.
say? I live in squalor.
Yeah, don't we all? I have five cats, so
Do you really?
yeah, I'm a cat
You've
guy now.
this is like the first time you've ever. I knew you had like one or two cats. I did not know about five.
Yeah, we have a million.
Wow. How old are they all?
Um, well, like six and seven, and then like the mom and dad are like nine.
Oh, damn. Okay. So it's mom and dad and kids.
Yeah, but yeah, I just adopted, or I just like was adopted into the family, you know?
So the cats were there first.
Yeah.
I sort of, you've never mentioned you had five cats before. You're like, oh,
What?
my one cat is sick. Like you texted me about that before. You're like, my one cat is sick. And I was like, okay, they're one cat.
Right. Well, yeah. Actually, she's like better now.
Good.
The one is laying there right now like this, like so,
Wait, so what are their names?
the mom is Rin, and then the one that is laying there like
RIM?
no, Rin with an N.
Okay.
RIN.
I was like,
Which I don't know. It's probably some kind of like weird anime reference. I'm not really sure. Ashley's into some like anime stuff,
Rin.
so
There's
yeah, I
definitely
don't
like a
know.
video game character named Rin in like some
Yeah,
fighting game.
it probably is something like that, honestly.
Yeah.
And then there's Ginger, and then Ace, like Ace of Spades, like Ace,
Like Ace in the Hole.
Yeah, and then Bean, but then we also call him his nickname sometimes we call him Wiener. So now we call him
Mm,
Anthony Weiner, like the guy that did the weird
right.
stuff. Like the politician guy that got canceled like years ago.
Wait, so he went from Bean to Wiener to Anthony?
Anthony Weiner, like the guy. Yeah, because that's the guy's name, you know?
Well, that should have been our safe word.
Right.
Is it too late?
Oh my God. And then the other one's Peep. Is that five? I think that's five.
I honestly lost count.
Honestly, same every time I watch it. There's just like a
Um,
cats galore. They just scatter.
no, that's cool. Um, my parents have a
Just
cat.
right. Well, you had a bunch of cats growing up.
Yeah, they're all on to the next life.
Yeah. It's a sad life, you know.
Yeah, they
Because we're old
were.
as fuck actually right now. We are really old.
Are you 30, by the way?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I'm turning 30 this year. Like, oh, whoops. Like that
It's the
snuck up.
worst thing ever.
Yeah. Like, okay, my 20s are done. Cool. Accomplished like nothing.
Honestly.
Like gained so much weight and
we
that's it.
we started a podcast that got like 200 listens, you know?
This is yeah, I did get 200 listens. From who? Who are those people?
Honestly. They don't even listen to my other podcast. We gained
Wait,
a couple
so
subs from that too.
I did see one person like commented. I forget what they commented, but we had a comment or something.
Right. I didn't
Shout
even
out to
see it.
that person. Shout out to that person. He said it was like something it contributed to the conversation. He was like, I forget what it was. God damn it. But shout out to you. You know who you are. And
It should have been
if
like hashtag made it. We made it.
it wasn't that though, I looked for, but that person specifically, if you want to pick the next safe word, it's all yours.
Right.
I'll be looking forward to that comment.
We're the worst. We just have a safe word segment.
Safe word time. It's how we kick off each podcast.
Um, well, have you watched anything? You seem to be like a guy that like doesn't watch anything now that you're not a you don't go to movies.
Au contraire. I think 2 nights ago I saw Poor Things starring Emma Stone. Ever heard of it?
Actually,
Your le
yeah, and
your
I'm kind
least
of
favorite
mad.
actress.
I want to see that so bad, and we haven't seen it yet. No
Yeah, I won't.
spoilers.
Yeah, I won't spoil it. I wanted to like it so much, and I think I loved it in the first like act or whatever. The first like the opening bit, it's kind of split into like different vignettes.
Right,
So I loved the opening thing, like where it was setting the tone and the story and stuff. It was like so charming and unique, and like even like the production design and like everything around it was so cool. Um, and then like like the visuals production like that all stayed great throughout the movie, but the story really lost me in like the middle and like the end, to be honest.
right,
Like it just didn't come together for me, and what it was trying to say was just so like it felt like a movie that maybe mistook itself as deep when really it didn't have much to say.
right. Did you read the book at all?
I had no idea there was a book.
You didn't know it was a book?
Nope. Got me.
Oh
You got
well.
me there. Maybe I'll have to
um,
give the book a go.
well, I know that you do. I mean, do you read a lot still, or what?
Like kind of, I don't know. Like I go through honestly like reading eras. Like la last year I read a lot of books. Last year was probably my biggest reading year. I'd say like 20 books. And then this year like I haven't read like a page of anything so far in
I know.
January.
Well, it's only a month in. Um,
Yeah.
I uh, I haven't read the book or seen the movie. I just know that it's based on a book.
Yeah. And I went into it with
So,
like such high hopes because all the Golden Globes and stuff, which I guess
yeah, true.
like I don't know.
Do you
But
think it's gonna win any Oscars?
um
We should
I
do
don't
an
know what it would
Oscars
win.
episode.
We should do an Oscars prediction. There was one year. Do you remember the year? Okay, so I was writing for a magazine, and this was the year that La La Land lost the Oscar, and everyone thought it won for like a minute.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I predicted every single category, like down to like production design and like documentary, and I was correct in
Eh,
like 21 out of 22 categories or whatever it is. I missed one, and the one that I missed was I said La La Land was going to win Best Picture. And then it
right.
did for like a second, and I was 100% accurate for 1 second. And then they were like, actually, we just received word that like this
This
asshole
was wrong.
like
Yeah.
was proud about it. So we're actually gonna switch it real quick to
Oh
Moonlight.
my God. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
was I didn't I like didn't we hang out like one time I was like at your place when the Oscars were on?
Really?
I thought we
Pro that
watched it
sounds
together,
right, but I have no memory.
but like we probably just like didn't pay attention. I don't
No,
remember. It was like
because
a while ago.
it definitely wasn't that year at least. Because I remember like my one roommate who knew nothing about Oscars was just like there, and I was like, I predict them all correctly, and he was like, okay,
All right.
and I was like, this is a
Um,
big deal.
yeah. Can somebody like one of our listeners, now that we have listeners, can they like fly me out to Philly and then you could
Okay,
just
let's
pretend?
not get carried away. I don't know if we have like listeners yet or it was
Hey,
probably
I
like people
listen.
who who clicked on it for and they were like, okay, like who the hell is that?
Yeah.
Like to me
Yeah.
specifically, and then clicked off.
They were like, wait, why? I thought this was about the curse. Why are they talking about safe words?
They're like, we're here for Ashley, actually, not these two
Right.
fucks.
Oh my God. I mean, probably.
Literally, probably.
Um, well, yeah, I'm kind of jealous that you saw Poor Things because we haven't watched that yet.
What have you watched? Pray tell.
Um, we actually restarted Succession from the beginning because I haven't seen it.
Whoa.
We only watched like half of the first season and then I stopped
Whoa.
watching it and now I'm
Whoa.
restarting it, you know?
Holy crap. That's gonna be a jungle for you.
It's gonna be it's gonna be wild. Well, we like it. We just haven't like I'm surprised I haven't like watched the whole thing. We just got caught up watching like 80 movies a month, you know? And I'm
It
not even
it
joking.
Yeah, I know. You're just like, okay. Like sometimes I go on Letterbox and like it'll just be like, oh, like Alex reviewed like 1,000 movies and they're all like 2.5 stars.
Yeah, well, it's because like we'll be like, oh, let's watch something on like Shutter or like a weird Netflix or Tubi pick, and then it just like turns out to be really, really bad.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm just here to rate the Lego movie like 3.5 stars and get on with my life. And you're like, actually, I watched this like 400-minute like experimental horror movie that was made in like Indonesia, and I actually thought it was really, like arrogant.
Right.
So I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars.
Wait, did you watch the movie Pig with Nicolas Cage?
Never got around to it. Mm-mm.
Um, I didn't like that movie, and the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I reviewed it 2 years ago, and it caused like this like big. It went like semi. My review went semi viral on Twitter, which I don't use anymore. But it went semi viral, and I had literally like do people that were like tweeting from their verified accounts, like directors and actors, like yelling at me about the review. And I'm still getting comments to this day on my letterboxd about how I'm wrong about the movie,
Well, if it was anything like your Oppenheimer review,
which it was.
well,
It was actually meaner. To be honest, I was even meaner about Pig than Oppenheimer.
what did you say?
Like it was horrible, and I don't know why anyone would ever rate this like so high. And I just like
Oh,
went after everyone. And
oh
then I just like
wow.
signed off, and then I woke up and there was just like a million comments and tweets at me, and then I just, it was crazy. Like there was like literally people from their verified accounts like tweeting derogatory things at me, and I was just like, bro, you're gonna get canceled if you keep talking this way. Like people will see this. It's public.
I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss of words. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, what did you like? Were you just like Nicolas Cage can go like fuck a pig? Is that what you said?
No. No, I wasn't even mean about Nicolas Cage. I actually like Nicolas Cage, believe it or not.
What
I
movie is
just
he gonna be in that's coming out
oh,
soon?
uh
I just saw like in. Is he gonna be
r-
in Nosferatu, by the way?
oh, I don't know, maybe.
Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like the what's his name,
Y-
Roger Eggers or whatever.
Yeah, Robert Eggers.
Robert, literally
Um
my most anticipated movie of this year, by the way.
yeah, it should be pretty good. I think Bill Skarsgård is in that.
Like
But
everyone's in it.
Nicolas Cage is in a movie called Long Legs.
Wait, that's the one that you were telling me about.
Yeah.
The same director as Blackcoat's Daughter,
Yeah.
which, by the way, dear listener, I kind of want to do an episode on that. So, sound off in the comments if you want to hear that.
Maybe when Long Legs comes out, we can do like a double feature and talk about them.
When does Long Legs come out?
I have no idea. Actually, did you know that the director of that is like in the movie Nope, and he's like an actor in like a lot of things?
I did not. I
Yeah.
feel like I just don't know anything, and then like you're just like, by the way, like all this trivia.
I didn't know any of that until I was looking into his filmography because of the movie. I wanted to see like what else he directed and stuff, and then I saw that he was an actor in a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
this
Well,
makes sense.
whenever Long Legs comes out, that's an episode right there. That's such a gimme. Such a gimme.
You're gonna watch that?
Yeah. I mean, I really liked Blackcoat's Daughter. What else did he do? Whatever. We don't have to go down like
Yeah.
a this boring rabbit hole.
We had like a whole idea to talk about something else today.
Beau is afraid, right?
Yeah. Actually,
More like
do you
I'm
think
afraid.
uh what's his name? Oz Perkins or whatever? He's probably like in Beau is Afraid, honestly, somewhere.
Wait, who?
The guy that directed Black Coat's Daughter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, he's probably in it. I don't know. I feel like thematically a lot of similarities between this and The Curse, right? Like it's just designed to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, true. And it really did. I think that's why I liked it so much. Well, what did you think of Beau is Afraid? Even though we're talking about this like 8 months late.
I only saw it for the first time like last week, by the way.
Honestly, wait, how did you feel about the runtime?
It was fine. To be honest, I was like completely stoned.
You
I
you
just realized I said that in front of millions.
Rami Malek. No, I'm just
I'm just
kidding.
like, please delete it. I'm
No,
like, can we pause real quick? No, just kidding.
are you being serious?
No.
My God. Um, well, honestly, I don't, well, I watched this last year, but probably, I was probably stoned too, but it's also 3 hours long and it was supposed to be even longer. It was supposed to be 3 hours and like 40 minutes, like 3 hours and 30 minutes long.
Is there like a director's cut or something?
I don't know. I think I mean, maybe on like the physical release. But they were like
Whatever.
they made him like cut it down, and then he cut it down by like 30 minutes and was still 3 hours long.
I mean, I can see too much of a good thing there. Like I definitely see why they wanted it to be cut down
True.
because a lot to bear. I actually I'm pretty sure I watched it in two different settings. Yeah, I watched it really high and then I got up to like when he woke up in his childhood house and then I just finished it like the next morning or something.
Right.
Um the reason I watched it so late was because I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of these movies that I'm gonna be like, how do I say this without infuriating so many people who aren't listening?
Me.
Um, I don't know. I was like, it's just gonna be like an art house thing, and it's just gonna be a little too much up its own rear end,
Yeah. I mean,
you
kind of
know?
like most Ari Aster movies, in my opinion.
Not really at all.
What do you
Hereditary
mean?
and Midsummer, like this is only his third movie, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are not up their own asses at all.
I mean, a little bit. I feel like they're a little bit pretentious in the way he directs, but I like, even though I like them, I'm not trying to shit on those movies either because I actually really like them.
Oh wow. I
I just feel like he's like a
literally
little
the word
pretentious.
pretentious just never clicked for me for those movies.
Really?
Yeah, they're just
I don't
good.
know.
I respect them enough that I'm like, if you're pretentious, then you're allowed to be pretentious.
Well, I feel like I've seen people say that, and I understand their point of view, you know?
But is it your point of view?
Well, I mean, I get it. Like, I understand it. But I
Yeah.
do think that Beau is Afraid is like literally like up
Yeah,
its
like
own ass.
this is like yeah. It is no offense, Bo, but
Have you seen the short film for it?
of course I haven't. You always are like, have you seen it? No.
Oh my God.
Have you?
Yes, duh.
Is that also an Ari Aster thing?
What do you mean?
Like, did Ari Aster make the short film?
Yeah.
Okay. And
It's
then
a
what
little
is it?
different than the movie, but you know, like the full length movie. But it's
Yeah.
still pretty good.
Ugh.
But the
Um,
movie,
so I really enjoyed it while I watched it. Like thinking back, I'm like I'm never gonna watch that again, and that's okay. But
right.
like Hereditary, I've watched at least three times. I probably like four or five at this point. Midsummer also multiple times. Um, this is like okay, it's its own thing, and now it's gonna go off. And it's gonna go to college and be successful, and like it just doesn't need me anymore, you know? Like
Right.
it knows who it is.
It in fact was not successful, by the way. It was a
Oh, like
box
box
office
office wise.
bomb.
I feel like A24 at this one is like, well, yeah. Like for Ari Aster, it's like we get it.
Yeah, they actually like it seemed like they weren't even gonna put it out, but then they just did. It just like came out of nowhere.
Into theaters. Is it gonna be streaming only?
I don't know. Well, they
Yeah.
literally like it was literally called something else, and then he it was like 4 hours long. He was literally like, I think he came out with a statement when he announced it like years ago, like 2 years ago, and was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be called this, and then it's literally gonna be a 4 hour nightmare epic." And then he was just like, "Oh, we're almost close to being done editing," and then A24 was like, "JK, we're not putting this out."
But they did, right? Or is it somewhere different?
Yeah, but he had to like cut out like a whole bunch of it,
Oh, okay.
obviously.
Yeah. That's wild. I don't know. This movie, like Ari Aster, like sort your shit out, first of all, man. Like some tough love right now. Like figure it out. Like stop
This is
making us do it for
this is
you.
Mommy Issues the movie.
Well, yeah, it's I think it's also daddy issues.
Yeah,
Uh
true.
when you examine one scene in particular. Um but yeah, think like Hereditary is literally about like uh generations receiving trauma and whatever like from their parents
Yeah,
and then
true.
those parents from their parents and you know like who I don't know what Midsummer's about. No, impossible to say. No one has ever figured out what Midsummer's about.
Right.
Um but yeah, this movie we're back to the generational trauma. Good
True,
job,
true.
Ari. Good job on that. I picked up on that a little a little
Yeah.
subtle, but I was able to pick up on it. I will say the opening, whatever you want to call it, act. This is the second time I've said vignette, so at this point it feels like I'm like I've been making a point of saying
You're getting back
it.
into your
I
critic
know.
mode.
I don't know. Let's destigmatize the word vignette, please.
All right. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
the opening vignette is amazing, and it made me laugh so much when he's in the city and he's in his apartment. It
Right.
is so funny. It is the most accurate depiction of North Philly I've ever seen.
Honestly.
Remember when you visited and we like literally were chased down by a serial killer?
Right. We had to like uh yeah. I where you used to live in Philly was absolutely insane. It's like the stuff of nightmares, the stuff they would like make videos about on YouTube.
Here's the thing though, it wasn't even like it kind of was, but there's so much worse in Philly.
I mean literally, but the road that you were on is just
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I don't even know.
don't dox me. Don't say it.
You don't live there anymore.
Yeah, but still, you can look up past addresses and I don't know. Dox me that way. I don't
I'm
know.
just gonna put it in the description of the YouTube video.
Just has like
I'm
my
just
full
gonna.
name and face. What if I was like, by the way, here's my social security number? Just like just like in the pinned comment, like social security number, bank account.
Oh my
Um,
God.
there was someone who messaged me on like Instagram, and like obviously like the moment someone messages you on Instagram, it's like, well, obviously like they're after like my bank account information.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, "You look beautiful in your profile picture." And by the
Right.
way, like my Instagram is private. Like he can only see like the tiny avatar that you cannot zoom in on. Um, he can't see anything else. He can't like view the actual post. And he's like, "I need to make a painting of it. How do you accept payment?" And I was like,
Yeah, that is like a scam that's been going around.
"Oh yeah, like obviously." And then he was like, "Actually, it's for a client, and they need your bank account routing number or whatever." And I was like, you can just Venmo me." I kept dragging it out, and then he was like, "You're not gonna get scammed," and I was like,
Right.
"Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
am."
Actually, your Instagram is the most liminal thing like on the internet. And literally the
Really?
top your most recent post was from years ago or whatever, but it was literally just like a
It's like a
screenshot of a
screenshot
fake account.
of the profile. Yeah, it's like the last time I posted it was like 2019 or something, and then I was just like, by the way, this clone of me wants to be me so bad, just like everyone else, but they let their demons win, so just don't like, can you report and block them, please?
Right.
I literally let that day, I mean, like I lost like so many followers. Like it wasn't like that I posted something like it was like people who just got confused and blocked me. And it was like people who I knew in real life who just got confused and like blocked my account.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I should have actually blocked you. No, but it is little it's literally like it's liminal. Your posts are from like 2012.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. You have like
And then
five posts.
I'm just like on every day.
Oh my
Um
gosh.
yeah, I don't know. Like who posts on Instagram? I'm sorry, but I get like you do it and you have like your valid reasons for it, but like if you're me, you don't post on Instagram. Like if you're me and you're posting on Instagram, like there's something there that you
I
have to examine yourself.
yeah. I mean, I agree. I probably wouldn't use Instagram, and I only use Facebook really to like post the same stuff I would post on Instagram, or like just like, oh, here I have a podcast, you know.
Yeah, there are like people from high school who like send me stuff over a Facebook Messenger, and
And it's probably all
it's a jump
scams.
scare. It's a jump scare.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that. Facebook Messenger,
That's liminal.
that it's can we say that?
Yeah.
It's fucked
Fuck.
up.
Hated Vanity.
You're right. You're right. You're so right.
Oh,
Okay.
but so Beau is afraid.
More like I'm afraid right now.
Yeah, honestly.
No,
Oh
they
shit.
okay, so whatever. So the opening when he's in the city and there's like I should we just not try to explain what these things are anymore? I feel like I tried to explain the curse like last episode and like my brain just couldn't formulate it. I feel like we should just talk about it and like
Yeah.
if people don't know the context, like that's on them, you know?
Yeah, go they can watch the movie,
Yeah.
you know.
So our millions of listeners go do your homework. You gotta show up prepared to this. Um, yeah, no. So it's like the opening and he's in the city. There's like a naked serial, like the birthday the birthday suit stabber or whatever they call him.
Right.
He has like a moniker on like the news. And there's just like openly murder happening in the streets, and then like 10 feet away there's people lined up at a food truck like ordering food. And then there's like this guy who's dancing outside a store to like advertise.
Yeah.
Um, and so much else going on. And like Beau just has to like sprint to and from his apartment to
Okay,
like
us
not get
literally at
murdered.
your old apartment. You're like, okay, let's go to the subway now. Go, go, go.
Go, 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 go. Didn't we get followed the one time, or was that with my other friend?
I mean, probably there was I feel like everyone was just staring at us, like just like that's just like what they
I know,
do.
it's just like they like stay there to like keep track. Um,
Honestly.
There was this one time. I think it wasn't with you, it was with my friend. It was like super late. It was dark, and like we were like it was me and my friend we were walking, and this one guy just like joined us. Like he just started walking
Right.
with us, and like he didn't say anything. He was just walking alongside us, and I was like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna get robbed." And then I just stopped walking. I simply just stopped walking. We were at like a corner, and my friend like picked up, and he just also stopped walking, and the guy just like left.
Right. That's just how you got
Not a
out of it.
single word was exchanged.
Oh my gosh.
Um, and
But
that's really what Beau is Afraid is all about, is like kind of like liminal, awkward situations like that, except not really. But the opening act is, though.
yeah, and there is like a lot of, I mean, there is a lot of awkward situations. Like the bedroom scene like towards the end. Or like is it is it in an attic or I don't know. I think it's in a bedroom, right?
Oh, you're talking about his dad, right?
The whole peen
The
thing.
right. Okay. Yep, that's in an attic.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the Mariah Carey bit, the song
Wait,
that's
why do I not
playing
remember
during
that? Like,
like
what song?
the
Oh, yeah, with
sex
Parker
scene or
Posey.
like whatever.
With Parker Posey showing up. By the way, what was that? If we can
What
just bring Ari Aster on the line so he could, if you could just send him an invite to this call, he needs to answer for that because that I like how like completely unexplicable things happen. Unexplicable. Way to go, Logan. Inexplicable things happen.
yeah.
The entire movie, and then like he kind of like retroactively explains a lot of it by, spoilers, Beau's mom set up this whole thing.
Yeah.
But what the hell happened there? Like how, like physically, how did that happen where Parker Posey just instantly dies?
It's just in his brain, you know. This is Ari Aster's magnum opus.
Disagree. That's Hereditary.
Okay, but no, but
Sorry,
he
boy.
should have he should have actually
Sorry,
like
Ari.
maybe he should have like waited to release this movie, like make it and release it like towards the end of his career. I feel like it would have been like a better release, maybe better received.
Why?
Well, because it's obviously personal, and I feel like it was also like a more like it's 3 hours fucking long, and people need to like understand his like filmography more to like him as a director to go see something like that. Besides it being like
Yeah,
more like if you're like already a diehard fan, that's why we watched it because Ashley loves Hereditary and Midsummer.
right. Me too. I definitely wouldn't have watched it without those two movies.
Yeah, but like it probably should have been like made into like a I don't know. I feel like maybe if he waited, people would have understood it better and then it wouldn't have flopped at the box office.
I mean, listen, he didn't make this to be a box office hit, right?
Yeah.
No, he made this, for his own artistic expression.
True.
So I feel like I
I
don't know.
applaud him for that.
Yeah, like A24, I feel like is a studio that's just like, yeah, we'll lose money on this as long as it's cool and like gets people watching. And I think
Oh.
that's cool. Sorry about that, guys. Ari Aster actually came into the call and was explaining Beau was afraid to us
Right.
because
He did.
clearly we didn't get it. We missed the mark on this one, guys. It's not about family trauma at all.
Yeah, wait, what do people say now? Oh, our media literacy is like it's out the window.
I mean, Beau is afraid of our media literacy because we did not understand what was going on. This was a straightforward, there's no meaning behind this. This was he just played it straight this time.
I mean, it's true. Well, I think that it was I really enjoyed it because of the how wild it was. I felt like each scene like topped the wildness for me.
Yeah.
Each act, I guess I should say.
It was like every scene, the worst case scenario happened,
Yeah,
which
literally.
was really funny. The escalation of it. Um, oh, and the scene, remember where he's at the theater in the forest, and then it's like it goes on like that trippy like half-hour detour. That's like it's
Yeah.
him living an entire life, but it's actually the character he's playing, or it's like it's not even he's playing. It's like he got so immersed in the character in a stage play that he just imagined that it was his life.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I I was surprised at like how many like big name actors were in it as well.
And they all just randomly kept showing up. As soon as
Yeah.
Parker Posey showed up, I was like, is that Parker Posey? And then like I knew shit was gonna go down so bad. She's
Did you
never
catch
been a normal thing.
I mean literally.
At
Did you
least that I've
catch
seen.
Bill Hader in it?
Oh yeah, he was the delivery guy. Yeah, even when that was happening, when Bill Hader or he calls Bill Hader at the beginning or whatever, and Bill Hader's like, "Listen, the police are on the way." Like, first of all, I cracked up laughing at that because I thought he meant like he's calling the police on Beau for like calling him. So I
Right.
was like, yeah, that would happen to Beau. Um, but even when he said like, dude, this is just a bad dream, just hang up and like maybe it won't be real. And then Beau calls again, he's like, sorry. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is the plot of the movie.
Do you
The
know like
chandelier
what's
fell on your head.
you know what's strange to me? The actor that plays Teen Beau,
Oh yeah.
and the fact that like people, at least for a while, like no joke, thought that like they just like AI de-aged Joaquin Phoenix when he was like a real kid and he had to literally make a video and be like, no, I'm
Yeah.
a real guy. It's me.
Oh, so until this exact moment, I kind of thought it was CGI.
Are you kidding?
No, and I'm sorry to that kid. To be honest, like imagine how cool you have to be to like make people think you're CGI.
Like, I mean, I think it was like perfect casting. And they probably did like I actually no, they did. I don't even think they really like messed with his like appearance at all. Like he just looks like that.
So there's just literally a mini Joaquin Phoenix like running around out there.
I mean, literally.
Good for that
His
kid. You know what? He's made a career out of it.
his name is Armin.
How much do you think he got paid for being in this movie?
Like nothing because Hollywood sucks at paying people.
True, yeah. I was gonna say I wasn't gonna say a million. The first number in my head was like, oh, we got paid 1 million. I was like, no, we didn't. Like
Right.
Joaquin Phoenix probably didn't make 1 million for this movie.
Um, but yeah.
Whatever, that kid cashed a check for looking just like Joaquin Phoenix, and that's more than you or I could say.
I mean, literally, who do you think your celebrity doppelganger is?
Can I tell you something that's really damaging? Um, remember the high school newspaper
Okay.
that I became the editor of eventually, by the way? When I
That's
joined
just
my
our
fresh
lore.
when I joined my freshman year, we did a celebrity lookalikes with the staff, and they made
Oh
me
God.
Nikki Blonsky from Hairspray.
Right.
Can I drop the mic? Can I slam the mic into my dirty desk?
So you don't think you look like
Do
Nikki
I?
Blonsky?
You tell me.
Actually, I think you look like Amanda Bynes. Wasn't she in that movie?
Yeah, she was actually, insanely enough. By the way, good. I take that as a compliment. By the way, Nikki Blonsky is a compliment too. But imagine being a
Right.
ninth grade little boy who like doesn't know anything and just wants to be a good writer, and then like, what's your thanks for that?
I'm looking at her
You get
picture right
told.
now. You do not look like her.
Well, remember, I don't know, in high school, obviously, like I looked different. I had like no beard. Like my face is just so like, like it just there's no chin.
You were literally born with a
It's
beard.
just
I don't know what you're talking about.
bulbous. Do you remember me without a beard? I probably like wore glasses. I forget if I wore glasses or not in high school.
You did wear glasses.
And then I had like really long hair that was just like gross.
Right. Actually, we both did.
Oh yeah, you did kind of have long hair.
I did not. I would literally like wake up and just go to work or go to
Go to
school and I
work.
would be white.
Yeah, that sucked. I can't believe we got through that.
So you don't think Nikki Blonsky is your
Right.
doppelganger?
Um, no, shout out to Nikki. Nikki, let us know if you want to come onto the podcast. I know you're listening. We'll
Should I
gladly have
message
you
her?
have a Grease. Yeah, we'll have a Grease episode. Nikki, we get like 200 views per episode. Like, get on in while it's hot, you know?
Honestly.
Um, yeah. And so my celebrity lookalike is not Nikki Blonsky, and that's my answer.
Well, who is it?
Nathan Fielder.
Right. Um, okay, okay, all right.
I don't know. Do I have one? I don't know. Do you have one? I don't know.
I don't know.
Why, I guess we're at an impasse.
I, uh, well, I was just I don't know. I thought you had one in your head.
Wait, do you, no, I don't. Do you think I have one?
Oh, I just thought that's how your brain worked. I thought like you just
Oh,
walked around with a you were just thinking of celebrity doppelgangers all day.
yeah, I would, but no.
Well, oh my God. This podcast is liminal.
Rami Malek. I mean, I feel like we really got to the heart of the matter on Beau is Afraid, if you ask me. I think we really
I mean, did we?
dissected that frame by frame.
Well, yeah, I, do you think he has like any more like, do you think like he can top that in his next movie if he
I
makes another
hope
one?
he already topped it twice, in my opinion. This is my least favorite of his, I will say, just because the other two, like, it's insane to call Hereditary and Midsommar more watchable, but they're more watchable than Beau is
Yeah.
Afraid. Um, yeah, I don't know, like Hereditary to me is just like a masterpiece. I think I rated that 5 stars on Letterboxd or something. I don't even think I rated Midsummer 5 stars. I think that's like 4.5 maybe. Um, this, I don't know, it's a solid four. I respect what it went for. It made me laugh so much,
Yeah.
um, which is
It's
great
not as
because
like accessible to the mainstream audiences, I don't think.
I guess, but even like I would not say Hereditary is accessible to mainstream either.
Well, for like mainstream horror audiences, I guess, because like a lot of people like that from that community.
Even that I feel like is a stretch because that movie like it goes beyond like when we say mainstream horror, we're talking about Blumhouse, right? We're talking about
Oh, right.
like
Yeah.
Ouija board or whatever. Like why can't I think of a single one? Night Swim.
Night
We're talking about
swim.
Night
Yeah.
Swim. We're talking about like Insidious, which by the way I saw Insidious like 14 or whatever it was that came out last year and didn't
It
hate
was
it.
horrible. You liked it? Oh
I
my
wouldn't say I liked it.
God.
I did not say I liked that. I said I didn't hate it. Listen, I
Uh,
went in with dirt cheap expectations.
wait, did you
And
watch Night Swim?
no,
It was bad. It was a bad one.
yeah, big surprise.
No,
Give us your review of Night Swim.
on Letterboxd, I just wrote "fuck you" as my review.
And that's fair. And I bet you're not getting derogatory hate from that.
Nope. A lot of
What is the
people agree.
score on Letterboxd for Night Swim? Is it like
A
1.8?
one. It's literally a one,
Really?
like an average score.
Let me see. I gotta see this for myself.
It's quite possibly like one of the lowest rated.
It's
Oh, it's
not even
1.9.
it's not even that popular this week. It came out like last week.
The average rating is a
Ooh.
1.9 out of 5.
I mean, I saw the trailer and I was like, just leave the pool.
It's when you watch the movie and it's like it just turns into like a something about like this kid like having trauma about baseball or something. I was like, what is happening? Is this made for like little kid boys? Like, I'm not really sure.
Trauma with baseball. Whatever, dude. Get over it.
They could have made it cool. Like horror fans like have actually, to be honest with you, they like swimming pool horror stuff. But like that was awful. That was
Like Lady
exactly
in
what I
the
was
Water.
expecting. Yeah. And there's like a scene in It Follows that was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But then you just like make this and it's just like The Conjuring but in a swimming pool. Like I'd rather just
Yeah.
smash your microphone into your dirty tea. You know.
Yeah, no. That's a pass from me. But that's what I mean when I say mainstream horror.
Yeah. Yeah, I
This
guess you're
this
right.
is not that. Hereditary, I don't even know what it made at the box. It made like $2 at the box office. It was something like 40 million, I want to say, but I also just completely made
Yeah.
that up. Um
But it
this
was
yeah, to
still
me
like
it's not mainstream.
it's like, yeah, I guess you're right. But a lot of people do like that movie more than Beau was afraid. Even people that liked uh, Hereditary and Midsummer didn't. There's like a lot of people that didn't like Beau was afraid
Yeah, I mean
from
this was
my
like an unapologetic, like, I don't know,
personal
maybe pretentious. I don't know, like just experimental
right.
film.
Yeah.
Um, there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, true. I actually I like the fact that it was original.
Right. And it
And I
it
feel
was
like
good.
more things need to be original, in my
Like,
opinion.
whoa, never heard that. Anyway, no, I'm
Well,
just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, I like it in this movie, it also got me thinking, just because the scene at the end when he's like on trial for like all his transgressions in his life against his mom or whatever.
right.
Um, like how did Ari know that's my deepest fear? That like everything I've ever done will one day be on trial while I'm on his sinking boat.
You just feel the same way as him.
Yeah, literally, like the opening scene within the city happened to me, and then he looks up and he sees like the guy like suspended
Right.
above his bathtub. Which, by
They're
the way,
just
like,
like breaking in.
it's so funny. He leaves for like a second, and everyone outside goes in, and they just like continue doing the things they're doing outside. Like the guy who was getting murdered somehow gets up, goes into Beau's apartment, and then like continues getting murdered inside.
Right.
And the guy who was like dancing to advertise that store or whatever just goes inside the apartment and keeps dancing there. It's like, I don't know. It was so funny to me, like, to think about like what's going on in these people's minds. Like,
Honestly.
you know,
Um, I do really enjoy it. I want more Ari Aster.
yeah. Let's bring him around again.
Did you see Dream Scenario?
No, I want to though.
He didn't direct that, but he produced it
That
with
makes a
Nick
lot of
Cage.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it was
It
really good.
yeah, it is pretty good. It's like kind of like a Beau is Afraid type of setup thematically, I guess, where there's a lot of crazy wild things happening, but
Yeah.
it's also just like I don't know, there's like talk about like the manosphere and like I don't know, there's like some social and cultural aspects that they hint on.
Right.
You
Yeah, I
are
want to see it.
fully blurred out right now.
Oh, really?
It was just your head.
Yeah, am I back?
You went
Oh,
full.
I see it now. Ooh. Spooky. This is what Beau sees.
Yeah, literally. No, that's crazy. That's gonna live on the internet forever.
Which, by the way, I had an idea right before we got on. Hulu produces so many trashy movies that are
Right.
like these are movies that used to be in theaters all the time, just like kind of poorly made, poorly written adult dramas.
Right.
And Hulu just has so many of them, and I was like, we should just like review these for what they are, like face value.
Like give me an example of one.
There's one that I just had on, and I'm 20 minutes into it. I doubt I'm gonna finish it, but it's called like Two Amy Moores or something, and it has Tina Fey and John Hamm in it, which is why I put it on. Uh,
Right.
but then like it's just so tonally incons. It has no idea what it wants to be. Like the opening scene is kind of like a pretty scary, like a woman getting stalked and murdered thing, right? And then the next
Right.
scene is like John Hamm as a cop investigating, and like for some reason, little fuckhead from Ted Lasso is in this movie, and they're like trying to like make jokes like, oh, they're so used to seeing gruesome murders. Like John Hamm's like examining a dead body, and like it's just another day to him, like he's like talking about dinner and who he's gonna go on a date with, and it's like, shut up, dude. Like I don't know, the tone just doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
And then like, by the way, John Hamm's just not the main character. It just goes to like this completely unrelated other person, and like they're the surprise main character of this movie. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I thought
Right.
I was here to watch John Hamm. So far, John Hamm's subplot is him going on a date with a woman and they eat cheesecake and she gets cheesecake on her face, and then he's distracted by that. And then literally it's like, by the way, there's a murder happening with like this actors you've never heard of.
That's literal. I mean, that sounds exactly like something John Hamm would do. Like be in.
Yeah, what happened to him?
He just
We
turned
gotta
into
help. He's in
that.
like everything now. And like
Yeah.
he'll be in things like Fargo, which like that's more of his caliber. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like John Hamm in Mad Men is one of the best performances on TV, like of all time. I'll
Right.
say it. I'll be brave and say it. Um, and everything else I just don't like. He's in like five. He was in like 25 shows last year and like
Right.
18,000 movies, and like a lot of them were just like bit parts in
True,
commercials
true.
and stuff. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
No, I don't know. I think I said all that I need to say about Beau was Afraid.
Um,
It made me
yeah.
laugh. I enjoyed it. I'm never gonna go back and watch it again, but I strongly recommend that people who haven't seen it do, because it's really funny. It's
True.
yeah, it had
And
it's as deep as you want it to be, I guess. Like it was clearly designed to be like this cerebral,
yeah.
autobiographical thing. Like, I'm not really there for that. I didn't need that aspect of it. I just wanted to be entertained by it, and it was great at that.
Yeah. I want more people to check it out and support original cinema anyway, even if it's not your thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, because like a lot of things are just like kind of not really original. They're just like remaking something or like playing on another concept that already exists. You know?
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Well, hashtag we made it.
Yeah, if you made it this far, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Did I pick up those habits so quickly?
You're literally Mr. Beast.
I'm just like calling out. I was like calling out like the non-existent audience like all throughout this episode. I was like, you guys.
Yeah. Well, how do you know it's non-existent? We have listeners.
By the way,
kind of.
shout outs. I looked up the comment when Ari Aster was in our call. I looked up the comment. Frick, I closed the app. The username was called like Wolf at Door or something like that. Shout out to
Right.
Wolf at Door. He said that Tim Heidecker let it slip that there's going to be a second season of The Rehearsal.
Wait,
So
did
I
he
don't know if
produce
that's
that?
true. I don't
Tim
know.
Heidecker.
I literally saw a YouTube comment and now I'm reporting it as news. Like a journalist, like a
Okay,
proper
well,
journalist I am.
it is news. It's news.
Yeah, Wolf Out of Door, shout out to you. First ever commenter, biggest fan of the podcast, by the way. We're gonna fly you out here to LA and get you in the studio.
I mean, literally, even though there's no studio.
We're just not in LA.
We're in two different places. Like,
That guy, imagine him watching this and be like, what the hell?
oh my gosh.
Peace.
Bye.